Hello, my babies. Welcome back to another episode. As I said, it's your girl MamMaJ, aka MamMaJ. You are listening to MamMaJism. This is season 2, episode 13 of Podsmas. So as I said, this week we talking all about the gifts, right? So we talked about what to do if you don't want to give a gift. We talked about what you want to do if you are going to give a gift. Now, I alluded to it a little bit yesterday, but we're going to do a little deep dive, because it is Deep Dive December, on regifting. Is it really that bad? Is it a yay or a nay? Who's to say? Not me, because I do it. No, I don't. Allegedly, I do. Allegedly speaking, maybe I have partook. Okay? Allegedly, though. So we are actually going to get into all things regifting. I'd say some general rules to be wary of. Some good regifting ideas, and some just like stay away. Don't you dare do it. Regifting that just shouldn't happen. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, and before I do that, haven't had someone call in yet this week. Remember, we're trying to beat that one that we got last week with 2. At this point, I'll just take 1. So if you want to call in and share maybe the funniest thing that you regifted, or maybe you caught somebody who regifted a gift to you, something, I don't know. Anything gift related, though, that'd be cool, since that's what the focus is this week. So call in, let me know, let us know. You don't have to, though. I ain't gonna force you, but it'd be nice. Okay, anyway, moving on. So as for the rules of gifting, now this is just kind of like general, I wouldn't say common sense, because common sense really ain't that common, but these are some standard rules to kind of go by, so that you don't make the mistakes that people have made in the past, okay? So number 1, first and foremost, this gift should be something you would normally like give to the person. So if you received a gift from somebody that you don't really care for, so you're like, okay, well, I'm going to give this to somebody else, make sure that it is within reason. Like the gift that you're regifting to someone, it makes sense for that person. Like I said, throwing it back to yesterday when I talked about the Starbucks thing. Like, if you're going to regift a gift to me, don't let it be Starbucks. I don't drink there. You know? Like, it doesn't make sense. The math doesn't math, okay? Moving on. Always make sure that you take any gift tags off. So if someone gave you, I know for me, because, there are some really cute holiday/birthday gift bags out there. And I feel like, what a waste. What a waste for somebody to buy a perfectly good gift bag just to give it to me, and then I throw it away? Hell no, I'm gonna use it again. So always make sure that you take off the tags. Sometimes people put stickers on there, so you got to be wary of that as well. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you get all the tags off there. My mom actually just recently realized that one of my aunts had regifted a bag because she had placed a sticker over the top of somebody else's sticker that gave her that bag. And it was just funny, because it was like she ripped it off and she was like, wait, she regifted this to me. It was so funny to me. But don't do that. Don't put a sticker over another sticker, because we could easily just take the sticker off and see. Unless you don't care, unless you have no shame in your game, do you, baby? But it's just a suggestion. Moving on, don't regift from someone who is close to you, like a significant other or a close relative. Now, more times than not, when people are giving us gifts who are close to us in terms of like a relationship or that close, tight-knit family, it's for a reason. So you don't want to be that poop head that decides to regift the item that they gave you when it probably had, even if it may not have a sentimental value to you, the fact that they gave it to you, I think alone lets it be sentimental. So maybe kind of like think twice before regifting something that your significant other or your mom or dad or whatever has given you. But again, do what you want. I ain't in your business. I'm just letting you know. It's probably not a good look. Okay. I feel like this one kind of goes without saying, but like, don't use family heirlooms as a regifting option. I don't think I have any family heirlooms, but I know if I did, I would want to keep that near and dear to me. I wouldn't want to regift it as a last resort. Like, oh no, their birthday is tomorrow. What am I going to do? Oh, I'll just give them this family ring that's been passed down from generation to generation. Don't be that person. Come on now. That ain't right. Don't do that. Another thing you want to make sure that you do is to keep your groups separate. And what I mean by that is if you're going to regift a gift that a family member, like a distant relative gave you, don't give it to another family member because family talks, you know, like it might end up getting back to them that you had regifted that scarf that your distant aunt had given you. So my suggestion would be, if you're regifting something from a family member, give it to a coworker or a friend. You know, don't mix groups. Don't give a family gift to a family gift, and don't give a friend gift to a friend gift unless you have separate friend groups like I do. You just got to pay attention. You know, you got to keep track of who's giving you what so that you know who you can give what to. You know? Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Things can get really tricky and messy, you know? So another thing you can do is try to regift it within a reasonable amount of time, or at least label who you got it from so that you don't accidentally regift it back to the person. I don't like to think that gifts have a shelf life. It really just depends. Like if it's collecting dust, I mean, I guess clean it off before you give it to somebody, but you do want to let it breathe for a bit because you know what? Maybe in a couple months you'll realize, I don't want to regift this. I actually really like this. Or, you know what? This actually comes in handy. I'm going to use it. Whatever it is. Maybe, for one, give it a breath. Make sure that this is something that you want to regift. And then once you've made that decision, just make sure you remember who originally gave it to you and then the people who they know so that you don't give it to the people that they know and then they see it and they're like, hey, I got that same exact thing for so-and-so. And they're like, whoa, that's crazy. So-and-so just gave this to me. So then it's just like you just got caught moment. And lastly, with regifting, don't go crazy with it. I like to use regifting as a means to an end. Like I don't purposely go out and regift items because for the most part, I don't really even get gifts anyway, but when I do, they mean so much to me that I don't want to give them away anyway, even if it's something that I don't generally use. But if it's like a recurring thing, like for example, my aunt who always gives me the Starbucks gift cards and it's kind of like, all right, well, I mean, I might as well regift these because someone else can enjoy these far more than I will. And I think that's the whole point of a gift, giving it to someone who will enjoy it. So that's what that is. Now, a couple of regifting ideas, a couple of items that are good to regift, as I mentioned, gift cards. Those are always pretty good to regift. Yeah, gift cards are really good. Alcohol. And note, this list is of unopened, untouched things. Don't be nasty now. Alcohol. Sometimes, you know, I've been to parties or birthday parties where people will like bring the birthday person like hella alcohol that they ain't even drinking like that. They don't drink like that, but they get all these bottles of alcohol and stuff. So regift it. Hello, like bring it to the next function. There you go. Like they just helped you out for the future and it all works out. It's still a gift. You still used it. You just served it to a greater purpose, which is getting the homies drunk. All right. Another good thing is candles. Candles are really good, especially if you partake in those like Bath and Body Works. Is it Bath and Body Works? I don't know. Those Bath and Body Works like candle sales or deals or whatever. I don't know. I don't do that, but I know people who like buy tons and tons of them and then use them as a way to like gift them out to other people, which I think is cool. I love candles. I've just never bought any of their candles. Another thing are gift baskets, which I feel like I haven't seen a lot of gift baskets lately. I don't know if that's still a thing, but if it's a gift basket full of those like lotions or scents or soaps and stuff, or even like gift baskets of like candy or whatever the case may be, whatever is inside of the gift basket, you could essentially, if you wanted to, regift that as long as it's unopened. And again, as long as it appeals to the person that you're trying to give it to, make sure it makes sense. Make it make sense. And then gag gifts. Those are always good ones. Like if you participate in those like white elephant things, I've never done it because I don't like the idea of potentially getting a real present or like a fake one. But if you end up receiving that white elephant gift that's like a gag gift, let it be the gift that keeps on giving. Go ahead and just regift it to somebody else, or regift it at the next white elephant celebration. And lastly, some gifts to avoid. These are important. As I said before, things that have been touched, opened, tampered with, like, don't be that person. You really just don't want to be that person. And things that were handmade, if somebody gives you a gift that they made themselves, come on now, why would you want to regift that? Like, I know that regifting, you're already walking a thin line of being a monster and being a decent human being. But like, if you were to regift something that someone handmade for you, you've crossed the line. Like you just might be an actual monster. Just to regift something that someone made for you, just don't be that person. And yeah, for me, that's what I think regifting is all about. The pros and the cons, or at least the good and the bad ways to do it. So if you're going to regift, do it with caution. And yeah, that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Tune back in tomorrow as we close out week 3 of Podsmas. Do you like my shirt? My shirt says, single and ready to jingle. Jingle that ass. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I gotta go. Much love to y'all. Bye. Not jingle that ass. What? Who says that? Thank you for listening. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow all the socials at MamMaJism. That's MamMaJism. If you decide you want to financially support me, on my accounts you'll be able to find out how. Thanks in advance. Until we meet again, please be kind to one another. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you.